Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Crate with Linda. Today is Friday, guys, and it's late. It's around 5:20 already. I'm just gonna make a quick dinner. I'm just gonna throw. It's just me, Darren, and Bill tonight. Frankie's out, Julie's out, so it's just us the three. So I'm just gonna throw. I'm just gonna make like a little chicken. I don't know, chicken dish on the stove. Put some onions and garlic in it, and mushrooms, and maybe make like a little creamy sauce over rice. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I want to get these carrots peeled and cut because I wanna make some of my carrots that I make. So I'm just gonna peel these carrots here that I have here, and quickly. I was gonna leave the skin on, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm just in the mood. I'm not in the mood to peel, but then I also sometimes don't want the skin. I don't know. It's just my mood today. It's just my mood today. So, been kind of just hanging around today. We did some stuff in the house. I'll show you later if I remember. Also, guys, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot to show you the stuff that I got when I was shopping the other day. There is a couple of things that I want to show you that I got from my wall over there, and a few other things, but it just lost. I just lost it. I just forgot. I just forgot, and that happens a lot with me. So yeah, I'm gonna make these carrots that I have here. I have more carrots in there, but I'm not gonna use all of those. I'm just gonna use these and make those brown sugar carrots that I like. But I wanted to start these first because these are going to take just a little while. So I want them to be going while I have to cut up the chicken and get that going. But first I wanted to do these. And I also have, I don't know, I have some spinach here. I don't know, maybe I'll throw that in with it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might just use the spinach for something else, but I brought it out. I also have this pepper that I have to get used up, and this pepper, half a pepper I'm going to use. But tomorrow I have to go to the store because I'm going on another Bible study on Sunday, and so I decided I'm going to bring. We have a little antipasto we always bring, mozzarella and olives and bread. And we're going to have, so I'm bringing homemade roasted peppers that I said I would make. And I'm also going to bring, I think I'm going to make some squash, some sauteed squash or roasted squash in the oven tomorrow and bring it for Sunday. Because we like stuff like that. And it's healthy, so I think I might do that. But I'm bringing mozzarella, which I already have in my fridge, which I had bought about a week ago, and so I don't have to buy it. I have it, so I'm going to bring that. And my other family members are bringing salami, and we get different kind of cheeses, and then we get some other stuff we have. So just stuff that we can nosh on. But anyway, so we're excited about that. I'm going Sunday in the afternoon, and then I'll come home Monday. So it's just an overnight, and with us Bible study girls, and we're going to do Bible study and all that, have a little dinner, and that's it. So so that's going to be fun. So anyway, I got to prepare for that. So let's get these cut up. Let me get my knife. Give me 1 second. Let me get this frying pan over here. I'm gonna put some water in it because I want to blanch it first. Let the carrots cook, and then I'll saute them a little bit with the butter and stuff like that I make. All right, So let's, and I don't have to rinse these. I don't care. They're fine. The skin was on them. The skin is off now. So you guys all enjoyed the video of when Jenny was here yesterday. She's a pip. She really is. She's so much fun. She really is so much fun. And somebody had suggested that they want me and her to do like a duet. I've been thinking about that for a long time. She loves to sing, and you know I love to sing. So maybe we will. I think that somebody had said that we have to make up our own song, but I don't think that they don't bother you as far as copyright if you're singing the song, but not if you play the song. You can't play the song, original song, but I think you can sing it. I'm always singing, and I never get in trouble for it. So I don't know. We'll see. But Jenny loves to have fun, and you know, always when I'm cooking with Jen, or you know, she's helping me do things, there's always a little conflict because Jennifer's very bossy and she likes to do what she wants to do, but I'm not trying to take over what she's doing. I'm just trying to instruct her, but she takes it as I'm telling her what to do, this, that. So somebody commented, why do you have to be something with her? I don't know if it was mean or something. I didn't even respond because I'm not going to respond to those anymore, because I'm not going to explain what it's like to have to teach Jenny and have to manage her and all of that. And it's, you know, you're not in my position, so you have no clue what's going on at that particular time. And whatever I do with my daughter is completely good and never mean or anything like that. You know what I mean? We have a very good relationship. There's certain ways you got to handle people with special needs, adults with special needs. And I certainly know my daughter, so we have a ball. No worries, no nothing. She is just, she's a pip, and she's fun. And I love her to death. So, yeah. So it's all good. That's what I'm going to say about that. All good. Alright. Alright. I just love raw carrots. That's my treat right there. I'm going to put these in the pan with the water. Okay. And I'll let this come up to a simmer and let this boil a few minutes. The carrots are pretty thin, so it's not going to be, you know, it won't be that long. So it'll be good. I'm going to put a little salt in the water, you know. Alright, so now, I think what I'll do is while I have this out, I will just cut up the rest of the little veggies that I have. Oh, mushrooms here. These are portobellos. I'm trying to see. They're pretty clean. Are they pretty clean? Yeah, they need to be a little bit wiped off. Oh. Unfortunately, when you buy the ones that are whole, which I prefer, they're going to be dirty. If you buy the ones that are sliced already, those are cleaned. But I like the whole ones because I like to cut them like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I buy the sliced ones a lot, and if they're on sale, if they're much better priced than the whole, I'll buy those. But I do prefer the whole ones. This is really dirty. Look at that. Yeah, so these definitely have to be clean. I don't mind a little bit of dirt. You know, I remember watching Rachel Ray on 30-Minute Meals on the Food Network, if you ever watched her. And she used to say, oh, what's a little dirt on her mushrooms? She you know, she'd wipe them down, but she wasn't like perfect. Like I'm not being perfect. Like they don't have to be perfect. As long as they're not rolling in dirt and, you know, black dirt, and it's one thing. If there's a little bit of dirt on it, listen, you know how much dirt and stuff we eat? We don't even know we eat bugs. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. You just don't know. You just don't know. So I'm reading, talking about the books that I'm reading. You know that movie, Not Without My Mother? Not Without My Daughter. It's Sally Field played it in it years ago. It was in the 80s. That the lady who was taken to Iran with her husband, and he wouldn't let him leave, and all that. She escaped from Iran with her daughter. And the whole premise of the movie was, not without my daughter. I'm not leaving without my daughter. And so Lily, my friend Lily, my YouTuber friend, she's more than my YouTuber friend now. But anyway, Lily was telling me about the book. I never read the book. I never even knew there was a book, honestly. So she said the book is so much better, and the book is really, really, really more of what happened. The movie is what happened, but it's not. It's completely different. So she said, Linda, I'm telling you, read this book. You won't be able to put it down. Well, I'm almost done with it. I can't put it down. Like I have to rip myself away from this book. It is amazing, and it's so intriguing and so good. It's ridiculous. I'm probably, I don't know, maybe a chapter away from being done with it. She said she's read it at least 5 or 6 times, and every time she reads it, she gets something new out of it. So I'm reading that one. She also sent me another one, The Hiding Place. I'm going to be reading that one. Try to read that one next. And then she's sending me one of this book that was written by it was written by someone else about what happened. And then she has a book out. The wife, you know, the lady, she's got her own book out. And then supposedly there's a book from daughter, I think. So anyway, she's insistent on sending me the book. I was going to get it myself, but she's so sweet. She's sending me the book, so I should get tomorrow of that one. So I'm not sure which one I might read first. I might need to read that one first and then The Hiding Place. But I just love to read, and so much of my reading has to be done either after I take a nap. Like if I'm going to read at night, forget about it. I'm out. Like it just puts me to sleep. But if I take a little nap beforehand, if I happen to, or if I'm not really tired, I can read it during the night. You know, not during the night, like midnight in the night, but I'm just saying like at night, in the evening. I've been reading a lot during the day because I can't put the book down. I just can't. It's just amazing. All right, so that's clean. I'm going to rinse my hands off. And I'll cut these up. What I'm going to do is just cut them in half. Well, yeah, I'll cut them in threes. In threes, guys. I don't want them really thin, but I don't want them really thick either. But that one could be cut shorter, smaller. I just love mushrooms. Mushrooms, onions, garlic. I was just downstairs in my refrigerator to see what I had down there. I have cauliflower down there. I have a cantaloupe down there that I got to get up here and cut tomorrow, probably. Oh, I have pickles. Oh, pickles down there. That I need to make pickles. Because I can't afford to have those pickles go bad. And, you know, I want to get into my canning and I haven't done that yet. So, so many things that, you know, I need to get to. It's just, it's very easy to get overwhelmed, you know, and when you don't do anything. But I try to get done what I can get done. I'm gonna put the pan on to start getting these onions. I really wanted to get the chicken first, to be honest. Doesn't matter because the chicken's not going to take long at all. Oh, a mushroom. I missed a mushroom. Ah, well, I'll eat it. I love raw mushrooms, like with ranch dressing. Somebody also said again yesterday, Linda, please don't lick your fingers. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not. I mean, it's, you know, she said it's not sanitary. I know it's not sanitary, but I'm not licking my fingers and putting it all over my food. And it's just, you know, I'm not going to, I say I'm not going to defend myself about it, but I talk about it. But I'm just saying it's not a big deal. I'm not contaminating the food or contaminating anything to hurt my family or anything like that. And it's fine. So that's all I'm going to say about it. All right, so let's cut the onions up. I just find myself, even though I say, oh, I'm not going to address it, I just got to mention it. But it's all good. It's all good. All right, so we got onions. I don't like the hard pieces. I like the outside skin that's like not edible. All right, the carrots are cooking away. The carrots are thin, so. I'm gonna make instant rice, guys, so. Let's get the pan heated up. Let's get these peppers. I might as well use these peppers up. I was gonna use them for the roasted peppers, but I'm gonna go tomorrow and get like 3 fresh roasted peppers. I'll see if they're on sale, if they're reasonable. I might buy more. I'd like to buy them at Sam's or Walmart. Maybe I'll make my husband go to Walmart. I'd rather buy them there than ShopRite. Roasted peppers, homemade roasted peppers. And since I'm making them, I might as well make them for myself too. You know, I'll bring some there to the Bible study that night, sleepover. We call it a Bible study sleepover. Believe it or not, guys, like it's fun. Like we have a lot of fun. We eat and we chat and we read and we go over the Bible and we do all our little things that we do at Bible, as a community with the Bible study and we're all family. We're sisters and we're cousins, so we're all, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's so reasonable what we do. So it's great and it's local. It's 45 minutes away from our house, so that's why we like it. just because it's so reasonable and it's a nice place that we go. You know, it's affordable for us to do this every couple of months. That's what we do. We do it like every other month. And it's nice. All right. I mean, I guess we're going to call this is going to be like a little stir fry, but I'm not thinking that it was a stir fry, but I guess it is just a little stir fry, I don't know. Garlic. Oh, how I hate to peel garlic. Oh, how I can't stand it. But I didn't want to spend money on the peeled already garlic, so I had bought these. I had bought two or three big bulbs, and if that's all, you know, if I don't have the peeled, then I have to force myself to use the fresh garlic. I have like I said, I always have minced garlic, but the minced garlic to me, you know, it has a different flavor. It has a different tone. Like the minced garlic, you know, burns quickly and it burns easily. It just doesn't give the same kind of flavor and stuff that you have in fresh garlic. So they're just two different things that you use two different ways. So I really do prefer the peeled garlic. But, you know, if I can swing it and if I can do it, sometimes I could be lazy, so I buy the other one. And that's okay. You don't always have to, you know, you can cut corners sometimes. It just depends on your situation. And, but if you can save a little bit here and there, it's best to do that because, you know your own budget. You know what you can do and what you can't do that month or that week or whatever. And if I can swing it, I'm going to be a little bit lazy sometimes. So you just do whatever you do for your own situation. That's all the advice I can give you on that. Everybody's got to do what they got to do, what they can do. All right, let's put some oil in here, and I'm making this thing is getting hot here because I'm chatting away. Oh, I don't think I have it. God darn it. Today I filled my salt and pepper shakers, and I got to do my olive oil because my olive oil right over here is empty. So I have this right here. I'm going to put I'm not going to put the garlic in yet. I'm going to put the onions and the carrots and the onions and the peppers in. I lost a garlic that I peeled. That's annoying. Where'd it go? Garbage. Garbage. I wanted to get it because the dogs won't eat it because they don't like garlic, but I don't want it to be tempted. Because, you know, garlic is not good for dogs. So. So sometimes I do just use the minced garlic. Like if I wanted to use minced garlic in here, I would. I just put it in at the end. And that's what I do with even this kind of garlic too. Sometimes I put it in at the end. It just depends on what I'm making and all of that. But this dish, some dishes I want to be able to, my husband loves it, just to be able to taste, to bite into a little piece of garlic. He loves it. He loves even me big pieces in. But I normally make them smaller, just because mostly everybody likes it like that. But we like big pieces too, of garlic. Let's lower this a little bit. Well, this is on the lowest it could possibly be. Carrots are coming along good. Another couple, probably another 5 minutes. All right. Let's cut this up. We got one more. So anyway, what was I saying? Alright, we got this much garlic. This should be good. I'm just gonna cut this like, you know. I'm going to put the mushrooms in there. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in here. Actually, I'm going to put the garlic in now. You know why? Well, I'm going to save some of the garlic for the chicken. Oh, well, I'm going to put it in all together. What am I talking about? I want to put the garlic in now because I want the garlic to get a little caramelized. And once you put the mushrooms in, guys, after the mushrooms start giving off their water, the mushrooms, you know, it's not going to saute. So that's why I want the mushrooms to saute. What am I doing here? I'm doing it with the garlic. So let's put the mushrooms in. And then let the garlic saute a little bit. The smell of garlic is amazing. Not the paper towel. I love mushrooms. My son doesn't like mushrooms. I can't relate. Now, all right, I have chicken thighs, okay? I have chicken thighs and I have chicken breasts. We prefer the chicken breast because, the chicken thighs. You know, it depends on what you're making. Chicken thighs are much more tender. They just come out better. So I'm going to use the majority of my chicken thighs. I'm not making an enormous amount of this, even though, you know, it's an enormous, not enormous amount, but I make enough, more than enough. As we all know. All right, let's find the chicken thighs. I'm going to take those first, like I said. I have chicken breast and chicken thighs. Now I use a certain, I don't know if these are breasts. I'm going to, I don't know, I use certain cutting boards for certain things. I only use this one for chicken. I have two plastic ones that I use just for chicken. people say they're getting sick because somebody got sick in their family because they were using, they found out it was their wood cutting board. First of all, you cannot use the same cutting board for chicken, beef, and all of that. Use something completely separate. What I use for my beef and chicken, first of all I use one for chicken, and then I do use, and for beef, I don't use anything else together. I don't do vegetables on the same cutting board, whether it's washed or not. I use completely two separate. You cannot use the same cutting board, whether you wash them or not, for poultry and vegetables. You just can't. If you do that, you're gonna get sick, because regardless of how you wash it, it doesn't matter. The heat's in there. That's why you have to use a separate one for chicken. You just have to, unless you want to get sick. So I'm just going to throw these in as I get them cut up, and I'm cutting them pretty small. And like I said, I'm going to do the thighs. Come on. It's nice annoying me now. I got to sharpen it, because you have to sharpen. I need new knives. And so you have to sharpen them before you do something, and then if you use it again, you have to sharpen it. So but yeah, don't ever use the same cutting board, guys. I have two of these that I use only for, like I said, for chicken. And everybody in the family knows. Don't use this for vegetables or anything else. For chicken, poultry. And I don't think, where do I cut beef? No, I think I cut beef on the wood, or the glass one. I use a glass one for the beef. Yes, that's what I do. I use the glass one, and I use that sometimes for vegetables too, because it's glass, and you can, glass doesn't stay contaminated. Once you wash it and scrub it good, it doesn't, seep into it. Now let's give this a little mix. The carrots are starting to get a little bit done over here. Let's look. Let's test. Yep, they're getting a little soft. They're going to be, and the water's evaporating. So by the time the water evaporates, all the water evaporates, then I'll lower it or just take it off the flame until I can finish it. And like I said, I'm going to make instant rice. Just flavor it with what I flavor it with, my seasonings, and then we'll have it over rice. I think I'm going to make like a little bit of a creamier sauce. Not a really thick, creamy sauce, maybe just with a little milk and some brown gravy. I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I feel like something like that tonight over rice. Lately I've been into, like, when I made that pot roast meal, that like stew meal that I made the other night. Ooh, it was so good. I'm telling you, I finished it all. I ended up finishing it yesterday. I had the rest of it. So good. I love those kind of dishes. And the chuck steak, if I can get that chuck steak on sale again, I'm telling you, I'm going to make it again. It was amazing. And I didn't even need to, I can make it in my crock pot, but I didn't even need to make it in my crock pot. I liked how it came out on the stove. And it was good because I just threw it together. I cut some small carrots and put it in, and it was like a pot roast almost, but not a pot roast, But it tasted just like a pot roast. The only thing that was different of it with the pot roast was, I usually put onion soup mix in it, but I put all the seasonings like I would do for the onion soup mix. And the only thing I did different with this one was I didn't put any string beans in it, but I was thinking about it. Usually in my pot roast, I'll put string beans in it at the end, but I just didn't feel like it, and we didn't do it. And we had noodles, and it was delicious. It was outrageous. I'm telling you, my husband loved it. So, so yummy. Sometimes the greatest meals, and he always says this to me, my best meals are the ones that I just make off of the fly, then, you know, off the seat of my pants. And that's how I cook. I've always cooked like that, guys. I can look at a recipe and say, oh, okay, I get an idea, but I don't sit there and use exactly the ingredients they use. I might change it, or I use more, or I use less. That's what I do with recipes. That's how I form recipes and how I make my recipes. The thing is that I don't always write them down, but now that I'm doing my books, my cookbook, I'm trying to be more conscious of writing it down, so this way I have something that I can, you know, show you guys, and you guys have some sort of a guideline, you know what I mean? And then you can do what you want, because that's how I cook. You guys are not gonna, you're gonna find recipes in there, but it's not gonna be like, you know, exactly. Only baking, of course. Obviously, baking you have to. Baking you can't, because everything has to level out. But as far as cooking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I want these fairly small. We don't like big pieces of chicken. I think this is all the chicken I'm going to put in. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go crazy, because it's only the three of us. Alright, let's put these pieces in. I got to lower that flame now, because I don't want the garlic to burn. You can use that chicken, that rest of that chicken, for something else. Alright guys, let me, my right hand is clean, does not have chicken on it. So just so everybody knows, because I know people like to pick on some things. They watch every little gitsy-gotsy thing, which is okay. I'm going to put a little bit more water in this, and I'm going to lower this, because I think the carrots have to cook just a little bit more, and I don't want them to burn. So. Alright guys, so we got chicken, onions, peppers, mushrooms, yummy, 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 in my tummy. Got all this stuff on the bottom, which is so good. That was about 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. I'm going to do something else in here too. You're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash my hands now. And I'll be back in a second. And then, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to shut these now. I'm going to shut them because they're definitely done. I don't want to cook them anymore. Let me scrub my hands from the chicken. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, people. So I lowered this a little bit because what I'm going to do now is I decided I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use just a little, you know, a little gravy packet. I could just put chicken broth in. I could use bouillon if I wanted, but tonight I want to do this. So this is what I'm going to do. All right, this is just about done sauteing, and all these little bits and pieces are coming off, which are flavoring the dish, like I always tell you guys. Carrots are done. I'm going to do those in a minute. And I'm going to get the rice going, but like I said, I'm going to do a flavored rice in the microwave, because we're just going to use the rice, you know, on top. We're going to put this on top of the rice, or it's just accompanied by rice. okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this packet. If you don't wanna use this, you don't have to. You could just make it plain or a little soy sauce. This is how I'm making this tonight. I'm doing something a little bit different. Okay? And I'm doing the gravy packet because I want it to be like brown. So I want it to be like brown gravy. So I'm just gonna mix this in with this a little bit. That's why you gotta be careful with the salt. Okay? I'm gonna add water to this. I'm not gonna put a lot of salt in it or anything. I got pepper. I want to season this. I got new pepper shakers, guys. See? I will put just a drop, and then because I'm going to put some of the Kinder in. Okay, not a lot because this Kinder, like I said, can be a little salty, so you got to be careful with it. If you're watching your sodium or whatever, just be careful with the Kinders. But they're amazing. They're amazing. A little goes a long way. All right, onion powder. I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder on my carrots while I'm doing it. Let's do some garlic. And then I'm going to add some water to this. Because that's the gravy. That's going to make the gravy. A little garlic. And I'm going to also put a little minced garlic into my carrots. All right, let's get some gravy in here. I don't even have a freaking whisk because all my whisks are broke. I had to throw my other whisk out. And where is my silver whisk? I don't understand where my silver whisk is. He has no idea. He has no idea. I don't know. Well, I know you don't know, but where is? I don't understand where it went. Guys, comment down below. Do you have things missing in your house? Because it should be in here. It should be in here. Am I just not seeing it? It's my favorite whisk in the world. Who sent that to me? I forget. Somebody sent that to me. Is that it? No. It's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. All right, guys, when you get the water in here, start scraping a little bit. Scrape all that stuff because that's what brings up all that stuff. That's all that stuff that the chicken and the veggies, you know, made. That's all flavor. All right, I want this to come up to a little bit of a boil. I'm just trying to think if I need a little bit more water. Maybe just a little bit. And then we'll get the rice going. The rice, like I said, is going to go in the microwave. Alright, as you see, I didn't season crazy, guys. I didn't season crazy because the gravy mix, like I said, has salt in it. You know, everything has a little bit of salt, so not everything. The Kinder, you know, just gotta be cautious, that's all. And you do what you want for your own situation. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. If you can't have salt, or if you're watching your sodium, or you're watching your, I don't know, what else? Butter thing. You gotta, you know, take care of your own stuff. Alright, let me get a bowl. Be right back. You see what I do, guys? I have my instant rice in this container. Okay, I switched it to this container when the box got, you know, small enough to put it in here. And I wrote on it because I didn't want to keep the box. So I wrote 2 cups of water to 2 cups of rice. That's my instant rice. That's how, and what I do is I put it in the microwave all together. I put it on for 5 minutes. You can cover it or not cover it. You cover it. If you don't cover it while it's in there, you cover it after it comes out. It sits for 5 minutes, and that's how I do it. So I'm going to put the spinach. I don't know what I'm doing with the spinach, if I'm doing anything with it. Maybe I'll make a little cold salad with it. I love spinach salad. Alright, so this is how I do. Now, I flavor my rice different every time. It depends on what I feel like, I'm definitely putting butter. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, you have to do 2 cups of water. This is how much I make for my family. 2 cups of water. Some salt. Some pepper. Let's do some Kinder. What else do I want to put in here today? I have so many other seasonings. What is this? I'm gonna put this in. This is good. It's an all-purpose seasoning: garlic, ginger, pineapple, and mango. This gives a little nice flavor. Just don't use a lot, because could be a strong flavor, and if your people that you're feeding don't like, spicy or anything like that, you just got to be careful with that stuff. But I just feel like doing some different stuff. Oh, here's where is my Danos? Here's my Danos. I'm gonna put a little bit of Danos in here. All right, guys. And then we will get the rice in. So I need 2 cups of rice. Dry this out. Put the 2 cups in. Drop more. Put it in. Rice all over the counter. Give it a little mix. And then we'll put it in. 5 minutes, guys. All right, let's check this out now. Bring you over here. Yeah, the only one in this house that's going to eat carrots is me or Julie. I don't think Darren eats carrots. But Julie's not here. But if there's leftover carrots, she will eat them. If they're still in the pan, she will eat them. She'll come over to the pan and she'll pick it up when she comes home, and she'll eat them. Let me get the brown sugar. Yes, I'm putting brown sugar in it. Brown sugar. All right, let's I'm gonna put this on the back flame because I don't want it going crazy. I want it to still cook, but I don't want it to go crazy. You know what, guys? I decided I'm not going to apologize for what I do because it's what I do. And not everybody has to do what I do. You know, that's the thing. Like, I never do what, like, I mean, not that I don't do what other people do, but what I'm saying is I put my own twist on things. If you want to omit something or you want to put something in extra, do what you want because you know what? It's your kitchen. All right, so I'm putting this in, I don't know, probably like a half a cup to maybe 3/4 of a cup. Maybe a little bit more. This is half and half, okay? So I'm going to give this, I want this to really come up to a little bit of a boil. Maybe I should put it back on the other thing. No, I'll just leave it here. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to put it, I'm going to higher the flame because this is a low medium, a low flame, you know, lower flame. Put that on there. Let that simmer a couple of minutes and I'm going to taste it and that's going to be done, guys. That's it. like I said, if you didn't have if you don't have a gravy packet, you don't have to use the gravy packet. You could use a little bit of beef or chicken bouillon with a little bit of water, and you don't even have to do the cream thing. This is the recipe that I'm making tonight. This is how I want to do it. So this is what I'm doing. But when you cook, it's all relative. It's all what your family's going to eat. I mean, you're obviously not going to make carrots, brown sugar carrots, if nobody's going to eat them. If you'll eat them, yeah. Gotta make stuff for yourself too. If you just like stuff, there are a lot of stuff that my family doesn't like that I like, and I make because I want to enjoy it too. Just because they don't like it, like certain things they don't like, the pot roast, a lot of the pot roasts, and just like eggplant parmesan and like a corned beef and cabbage. I made it this year because I was able to get a corned beef on sale that really was perfect for me. And so I was able to enjoy corned beef, and even my family ended up eating it. So, you do what you do for your own family and your own sake. That's what you do. I don't know if I put a little salt on here. I gotta salt my carrots a little bit. Boom. And this is the brown sugar. Put in, if you want to put a drop in, put a drop in. If you want a lot, put a lot in. It's your kitchen. Oh, do what you want to do. You only have one life. That's all there is. Guys, you really do. You have one life. As long as you're a good person and you're kind and you're compassionate and you don't treat people badly and you're selfless. That's all you need, guys. That's all you need. All right, the rice is almost done. I think that's plenty of brown sugar. We're going to taste this. Is it coming up to a boil? Yeah. All right, let's taste this, guys. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm probably going to put a little grated cheese in it. That's just what I do. Oh my God. It's really good, but it needs salt. Holy moly moo moo. Holy moly moo moo. Holy moly moo moo. I don't know why I'm saying moo moo. Moo moo, you're a moo moo. You're a moo moo. Where's the grated cheese that I had out earlier? Why do things in this house disappear? Why? Oh, there it is. I'm going to put some grated cheese in it. More pepper, not salt. Because I think that's all it needs. I think that's all it needs is all it needs is some grated cheese. And then I'm going to shut it. Be right back. Alright guys, so this is done. The rice is done. I'm just letting it sit for a couple of minutes. See? It's sitting. Has to sit 5 minutes. I am going to put a little bit more butter in it. Alright, we're going to let it sit. Everything is done. I'm shutting off the meat. The carrots are, I'm shutting off the dish. The carrots are done. Everything is done. Except the rice. The rice will be done in like 3 minutes. I'll check it out, make sure it doesn't need any more seasonings, and then we'll get going. I'm going to go in my bedroom and change my shirt because I'm really warm right now because I've been cooking in the kitchen. This shirt is very warm, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you my my bedroom. Now, I just did a whole recording of it, and I realized I didn't push the button, so I'm a little cranky, but it's fine. I'm breathing in and breathing out. It's nothing that can't be fixed. Anyway, So we redid our living room because I wanted to put one of my recliners in a spot where I could sit in it and enjoy it and watch TV and do whatever I want to do in there. So, but this shelf here, was a big thing in there. So we had to move this because there was just no room to fit it in there. So we just moved our bed over a little bit, which is fine. It's completely fine. It's perfect. We love it. And we put this shelf in here. There's plenty of room because I sleep on the left side of the bed. There's plenty of room to get by and all that. And now I can empty my little table over there where it's a mess. Now, again, I just cleaned it, now it's a mess. But I have my Bibles there, and so I'll put them up there. I'll straighten this out a little bit more. But yeah, this is nice and organized in here. And I like it in here. I really do. And it was such an eyesore in the living room, It was an eyesore. So it's better that way. Yeah, my dresser's a little bit messy again, but that's all right. All right, guys. Now I'm going to take you in the living room for the second time. But yeah, but we're recording, so.
I was reminding you.
Yeah, he just asked me if it was on. I wish you would have asked me 2 minutes ago. Okay, so here's the big, look at the big galook. Look at the big galook. Is he the cutest thing ever? He looks like a pot-belly pig. And there's the other one. All right, so what we did was this chair was over here in the corner. If you watch my channel, you'll know. If you don't, or if you don't pay attention, whatever. That chair was in this corner. That used to be Billy's old recliner. He has a different one now, and I wanted to, I kept stealing his chair.
Stealing my chair.
Not when he's here. Every time he's at work or whatever, I sit in his chair, and he always is like, "Why? I feel so bad. You could sit in the chair." So I said, "No, I don't want to sit in your chair, whatever, but it's so comfy." Anyway, so we moved this over here. We were able to finagle the living room like this. We closed the couch, which it doesn't need to be open. If we need to have extra room, we can open it. If Jenny sleeps over, then we pull it out and we sheet it, and she sleeps on that when she does sleep over, which is very rare because she doesn't like to sleep out of her group home. But I still have this mess here, but I haven't gotten to this yet. But, what I'm going to do is take what I use regularly and put it down here under here. So this way it's not all cluttered on the table. But, yeah, it's fine. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this cute thing. Look at this cute. He's so cute.
He just adjusts to wherever.
He's so cute. At first I was like, where are these? I want to make sure that these dogs have places to, to lounge, because they're such couch potatoes like us, guys. All right, get your plate, Bill. I'm gonna get mine now. And there's the bro. Come on, focus. That's their what is it called?
Toy chest.
Their toy chest. And boy, believe me, they play with it. They play with all that stuff in there. Okay, I'll be right back with my plate, guys. Well, I'm just gonna bring you in here and show you the food.
Darren's hungry. He already took it.
Oh my Lord. So there we go. And there we go. And the rice, of course, I had to season it a little bit more. It just never has enough flavor to me.
Drinking tea.
You just get me. There's a bottle back there in the. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, here is my dish. Now, what I did, I know it looks a little odd, but I put some raw spinach on top of it, and I'm gonna mix it up, and the spinach will wilt a little bit into the dish. I just felt like something fresh. I only took a little bit of chicken. I tried to get more mushrooms and peppers and stuff than anything. And I think I know the reason why my appetite's a little bit off, but I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you now, but my appetite's a little bit decreased, which is great. I'm going to turn this around and taste this for you. I'll be right back. Okay. We always seem to have the pit. Guys, look at this. Look, and I got my carrots here. I didn't even taste the carrots yet. Oh my God, those carrots. The carrots are amazing. And the spinach, like in with the dish. That is so good. This right here is definitely one for my cookbook. Hands down. Delicious. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for going along with all my craziness. I love all of you. Hit the subscribe button. Because when you subscribe, you really don't help my channel grow. and I so appreciate all of you. Don't forget to hit that notification button with the bell, so every time I upload a new video, you guys can be notified and you can watch it. Thank you. And like and share, comment down below. And thank you so much for coming into my home and my kitchen with me and creating. There's also rice on the bottom of this somewhere. Love you guys. Have a great Friday. See you on the next one. Bye.